Hey guys, Codeberry's here today. Hope you're all doing well. Just having a look here today at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, so BTC USD. So last time I made a video, we were somewhere around here. So we did end up breaking our last low to the downside. So this is on the 4-hour chart. So this was our last low. Made a video a couple days ago. Check that out. But there was, so the low here, what's that low of that candle? 47,601, and this one's 47,555. So we'll just put a candle, a line right there. So as you can see, we did break that to the downside slightly. I think only by like 50 pips. So the low of this is 47,004.20 exactly. So we did break about 50 pips lower. It's not as dramatic as this low here. This low was what was the low on this? 51,541.16. We'll just put a right there. So we did break that last support, and we broke down here, so we broke it right there. We dipped down, we broke here a little bit. We didn't have too much of a sell-off yet. The reason is probably because the charts were already low at that point. So as you can see here, we weren't as low as we were here. But as you can see, there's some bearish momentum forming, starting to form. We kind of got that upside down parabola forming. Some bearish momentum. We got the EMA 9. That's that number right there. We're on the 4-hour at 52, so it's a little bit below. We got the center line at 52 area. Support down there. We got RSI, the yellow line. It's getting up there, right? It's not like it's down here anymore. It's up there. Last time it was up there, it was over there. So we do have a big difference here. It looks like it might want to cut itself short early, you know, might start dumping here. There's still more days in the week, and we'll discuss that in a sec. So we do have that yellow and, sorry, the red, orange color and the blue line. We are breaking overbought. We're breaking overbought to neutral zone. So look out for that. You know, that's a strong bearish momentum to negative infinity signals, right? See, look what happened there when we broke out last time. We had a dump. When we see, look at that right here. See, we broke overbought to the downside to neutral, and look what happened. We got a strong dip, right? A long dip that we haven't seen in a long time. So you have a look here. The overall sell volume is higher than the buy volume here. Have a look. And even here the buy volume is more, but yet we still went down. So, you know, for this period here, sell volume 1, you know, it's overall, there's more sell volume here. Have a look at that that histogram, right? Then have a look at this. You know, overall, you know, the peak may be higher, but look, have a look. There's more red bars. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 red bars, 5 red bars, 6 bars. 1, 2, 3. How many is that total? 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 total bars. 6, which of 6 are red and 3 are green. So, you know, overall, there is more red volume, more sell volume at that point, right? Same. For here, it's even. If you take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out of 8 bars, 4 were red and 4 were green, but red had a higher peak. So that's just the 4-hour, right? we'll move to the day. So we do have the shorter term indicators getting up there already. As you can see, it's already overbought. This one might just, form a fake out. We might get a fake out here. We're almost at a retracement level, right? 55 area, red candle today, it's a red day, right? Anything else here? So overall, we know we had more red volume here. Look at the green peaks, they're not very high, right? Have a look at those ones. That one, but look at these, they're real high, right? Look at that. How many red days and how many green days? You do the math, right? You can average them out. Take the total days and then take the total days from this candle here to this candle here and count the red days and then count the green days and then calculate the percentage, and that'll give you the percentage of red days to green days within that time period. And you can go back as far as you want, but that's just an idea, right? That just gives you an idea of how things are looking. You can go back as far as you want, but obviously, look maybe for a day, only just look at a couple weeks or something, right? You don't want to look too long for the day chart. You can test it, see, right? There's a lot of testing to go on, but what I want to talk about here is the crossing down of the MACD default. So we closed red, we've opened red, but these shorter time period indicators are wanting to get a breather, get a reset. Perhaps we might just trade sideways for the rest of the week and it continue down, or we could come up here before we continue down, or just touch there, or even not even touch there, here or less. Might just take off down from here because it's a red day. But we do have this may turn red, but there's a little bit of room to that 0 line. I wouldn't count on it though, because that can continue down while this continues down. But there might be some room. Again, we got the halfway line at 45. We almost touched it, right? There's nothing else really there. EMA 9's at 53. We're at 53.922 right now. So we still got some. And then so check out the 2-day moving average is at 52. That might be symboling it wants to cross back down. How's the 1 month looking? Not good, right? So this was actually crossing out of overbought, same thing. This histogram here was actually pink earlier this week. It was inflecting, the bar might have actually been lower than that one, so they are signaling, some kind of reversion. We got a long way to the EMA 9 and a long way to the center line. So that's Bitcoin. We'll come back, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and talk about Dodge and ETH. Alright, see you in a bit. So now we'll just have a look at Dogecoin, so Dodge USD. So we did have a low of 15 cents. We talked about that last time, I think. We did have the decreasing volume on the daily. We do have this still crossing over the daily MACD default. It's just its second red day only. We do have still have some room to the downside. So let's check out what the weekly's saying. Okay, so let's go to the weekly. Okay, yeah, so here you can see more what's happening over here. So again, we have the divergence that we talked about. So low low peak to higher peak. And we got the decreasing volume overall. Then we have the, what happened there? So then decreasing volume, and then we got the spike on the MACD, faster MACD, while the RSI closed lower. So that closed lower. The yellow line, you can see all the indicators, they closed lower overall. So we do have this quite strongly inflected to the downside. Have a look where the zero line is. Right, that's down there, and have a look where that is. So look what happened last time we got a spike. Check out the zero line, right? That's right there, the orange line. Then the signal line is crossing over there to the downside. So we're like at this point. So pretend from here, let me draw this out. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad, but stay in drawing mode. Am I in drawing mode? These are all new features, I think. Okay, let's not draw. Let's just use a line. So this is the inflection where we are right there. So let's just say anything from there. Pretend all of that, there's nothing there. Right? Pretend all that, there's nothing, right? It's all blanked out. And all that, it's all blanked out. Right? To the signal line, it's all blanked out. There's even some space there. Just have a look. All blanked out. We'll remove those. Just trying to give an example, but see where I'll just draw a horizontal line to show you where the zero line is. So see how far it is away. And when we were here and it started to close down, it eventually, continued down, right? It continued down, it sloped out, and then it went down. Look, sloped out and then down. Support's down there. So even if it stays there, which it won't, it'll like flatten out. Whenever we get our next weekly candle, like it is moving right now, but once we get a weekly candle, it's gonna have a big spike on the data, right? It's inflected here, so imagine we're right there, and we got a lot of room to meet that zero line. It's down there to reconnect with it. To get a bounce directly off it, I've never really seen that in such volatile buys, right? Buys and sells, I've never seen a bounce like that. We probably will cross below. So cross below, and where do we find ourselves? Back down here, right? And if we, that's just starting. We could be going deeper, especially we'll talk about the 1 month, but as we discuss, I think we're coming back down here, right? As we said, support's all the way down here for the weekly. So we did get a 15, we got an EMA 9 retracement. I think as the weeks will pass, we'll see these crossover. This, as we talked about, this line will retouch that line and probably cross below. This could be the head of the head and shoulder. This could be the left. I don't trade patterns, but I'll just give an example if this may relate to you what I'm trying to describe. So this is the head. This is the left shoulder. Down, 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 down. Then it could form a right shoulder and continue down. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because of the monthly. Have a look at that RSI. That's just ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen a default RSI, the yellow line. I've never seen an RSI monthly like that before, ever in my life. It was actually at 100 almost before in the other video. We've had no red bars here. Have a look where that zero line is on the monthly. That's just ridiculous. Look. Have a look. Look, they cross up. They cross down. They cross up. They cross down. Got a fake out there. Down, up, down, a little bit of up, down, right? Look, look where we are. We haven't ever seen a spike like this ever. Of course, there's going to be profit taking. People are going to want to take their money, right? They want to cash out so they can buy more stuff with the money that they made and buy more stock, buy more crypto, right? So their loss can be bigger, right? They can make more next time. That's what cryptocurrency is. You know, you profit at the time and then you buy more, or you profit at the time and you short more. Or you short more, you make profit and you short even more, right? It just depends. Some people are long, some people are short, some people want to buy more, some people want to sell more, right? People are always buying and people are always going to be selling. That's what the market is, right? That's how the market works. So at this time, you know, there's a lot of selling momentum I'm trying to show you here. Where that zero line is. It's way, way, way down there. We haven't even had a red month in how long, right? Like Bitcoin, we're talking about last year. A year ago. Of course we'll get a red month. Are you joking me? Of course we will. And what? It's at 3 cents average, right? And of course we'll get below that yellow line. We'll get below that yellow line for another buy. And you know, who knows how long it's going down. But it probably will get bought up at the bottom. But for another, you know, at least spike within this range before it goes down or whatever. We'll talk about it later. But you know, right now there's a lot of room to the downside, and we're talking about going back into the thousandth of a penny. Where is this at? This is in the hundredths of a penny. So support's way down here. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. It'll get bought up probably around here. You know, look where support is, right? That's a hundredth of a penny. Whoops, not that one. And then we got down here. This is a thousandth of a penny. And that RSI is ridiculous. That's a thousandth of a penny. See, that's a hundredth of a penny, I think. If I can remember my math from such a long time ago. Yeah, so, you know, have a look at the RSI. Look, that default, that's just ridiculous. I've never seen anything like that before. Honestly, I swear to God, I've never seen anything as volatile as that. Where you know, I've seen, you know, the red and the blue lines come up and touch the max, right? We've seen that before. Even so, that still itself is volatile. But I've never seen a default RSI, the yellow line, I've never seen it come up and touch the max, the 100 zone. I don't think I've ever seen that before. On a buy, I've never seen something so overbought, right? Like, as you know, as the months pass, as we said, have a look where this one is. The default MACD. So this one's the faster MACD, right? This is the default MACD. Whatever it is. The inputs. 12 something. 26, something like that, I forgot. So have a look here. The signal line's all the way down there, right? That's a long way to connect. Like, you know, 1 red month, 2 red month, 3 red month. Unless one of those or 2 of those are really like super sell-off months. But you know, that's a long way to go. And have a look, you know, they cross up. They cross down. And then we gotta cross up. What do you think's gonna happen next? I mean, it's, you know, it's not that difficult to understand how old algorithms work, right? You have to test them. And with stuff that's so volatile, I find it easier to even calculate them because it's so volatile. But I haven't proved it yet. But it's possible. Like, I think, you know, when it's so volatile, the algorithms work even better. Because when it's not that volatile, the algorithms don't know where to go. But when you push it to the max, then it's easy to tell where it's gonna go. That's just my theory. I haven't proved it yet. But hopefully one day I can. But yeah, so we got the center line is the median line average price. It was hovering, but before, when I was at 15 cents, we were talking about last time in the other video. Have a look at that video. But that middle number was actually closer to 1 cent at one point. So it is hovering, and we do have the volume starting to fade off. Again, we haven't had any red months. I think that's all there is to talk about for the 1 month. The day still above that yellow line, right? We haven't closed below. we've spiked down, but we haven't closed below. So, you know, this could be continuing. It looks like all crypto, I mean not all crypto, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin all look similar. We'll just delete all those lines. So we got some bearish momentum starting on the 4 hour. We have these lines crossing over. We got the histogram. So we got the histogram declining, closing lower, 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 lower lows. Signal lines crossing over. We got to cross up, but then we got a continuation of that movement to the downside, the bearish momentum. Again, we got lower histograms closing, wanting to form some reds here, wanting to cross over that. So when it crosses over that line, then we're going to get some red bars there. It seems like that's what it wants to do. That's a faster MACD. This it's possible, you know, that could continue down. We have the or sideways action until the next weekly candle starts. That's what I'm thinking. You know, maybe a little bit of lower sideways with a bit of low to the low side. But again, we have that histogram declining. We have the signal line declining overall. We'll just skip. Well, no, we're not going to skip it, but we see like we did have this peak here. Well, it's supposed to be from there, right? We have that slope there, and we got a little bit of retracement. But overall, we'll just delete that. Remove that. Okay, actually we'll leave it. But just overall, we have momentum to the downside. We have some bearish momentum. At least we have some bearish momentum starting, as we can say on the 4 hour. What else? These are almost at 0.00000. So it's kind of neutral. We got this RSI default. Makes sense because it's about neutral, almost just below neutral, about the same. We'll have to see how these candles close. That's why I'm thinking, you know, sideways, lower, sideways, but a little bit slightly lower. That's what I'm thinking. It's hard to say honestly, but we know what the big picture is saying. So you always want to look at the big picture. Don't try to tell what the shorter time frames are going to do, because they can change. We do have this about neutral, maybe over neutral. The 2 hour. We got the 1 hour neutral. So it could be, something could be happening here. We got the 15 coming up high on the shorter indicators. We're starting to get oversold. Again, we have that overall decline, you know, that trend line right there. We got the resistance, right? Overall, that's a negative slope. Slope to negative infinity. Where's the 15 cents drop? Yeah, so that buy could be fading. How's the volume doing? I didn't check that. So we do have the volume decreasing. Volume's decreasing. Buy volume's decreasing. Red volume, a lot of red days. Perhaps green volume lowering out, starting to decline. Red volume, you know, we got higher peaks there except for that one spike. Didn't take much, you know, to drop it that low. Could be some manipulation happening there. Otherwise, we know we do have like, if you skip this peak after the spike, well, you can count it, but have a look. The rest of the days, they're all above the greens. Have a look. They're all above. The rest of the days are all above the green volume, so they're more red volume from this peak to that peak. And we got that one spike there, perhaps that secondary peak there for the green volume. So, you know, it looks like, you know, volume's decreasing. Red days, red day volumes are overall more, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we have for now. You know, it's kind of asking, you know, what should I do? Where should I go? Well, my higher time frames say down, so I think I'm going to continue down. That's what it's trying to do. Perhaps, right? So we'll just talk about Ethereum quickly. Video's getting long. So we are starting to come up high on that band again. The upper band on the monthly. Same idea, right? They all look similar, but have a look. You know, this isn't as volatile as Dogecoin. It's not maxed out. It's not so easy to say, but you know, we are coming up high, so eventually I'll probably get the downside momentum. Here we do have some divergence on the shorter period MACD. We talked about it last time, so we got the decrease. So the bearish momentum to negative infinity. Histograms overall close lower. Histograms overall close lower. We got the price increasing. We got volume decreasing, right? That's pretty much it. We got weekly median price around 1687. We got the EMA 9 at 2K78. So there is some room to the downside. We haven't seen this cross over in a while. It's been a while. We got a lot of room to the zero line. Room to the zero line there. Talk about the 1 month. So again, we have a lot of room to the zero line. It's all the way down there. Same idea. Crosses up, crosses down, up, down, up. And we got the zero line very far apart. That's a good signal, right? We got the lines very, very far apart from each other. Again, eventually they'll want to reconnect with each other. Same idea with the default MACD, cross up. We got cross down, heavy cross down, heavy cross up. And then we got the lines very separated, very far apart. And that doesn't include the crossing down, if it was to cross down, which it does look like it wants to do. After it crosses down, it wants to have, you know, several, you know, for a long time it wants to cross down for several months, right? So there's a bearish phase, bullish phase, and then a bearish phase. Whoops, too many lines going on there. Again, it's not showing me all the data. There might be a better ticker symbol. I'll have to find it. But let's just see what the 4 hour is doing really quick. This video is getting kind of long. So we do have the same thing as Bitcoin, I think. We do have the 4 hours showing some wanting to cross down below that center line. Some bearish momentum. Histograms overall closing down. Negative infinity slope, negative slope, bearish slope. Same thing here. Just remember the default. It takes a little bit to correct. It's a little bit of a lagging indicator. We got the volume. Red volume overall is higher than the green volume, and then we got volume decreasing. So we could be in for something, perhaps a shakeout, a huge sell-off or something. You know, it could be, you know, pushing up to the top and it's like starting to lose its steam. That's what we been talking about. Otherwise, there's nothing much else to talk about for now, but just to wait. We got a little bit of momentum to the upside here. We do have these indicators pushing up overbought. So when that next candle starts, we might maybe within the next little while, because again we have the 4 hour wanting to cross down. So, you know, 4 hour takes a long time, right? Each bar is 4 hours. So over the next few days, you know, we could see this continuing down. So just keep your eye on it, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.